Hey there, welcome to the second part of chapter 3, which is rather a poem, Rain on the Roof. Let's get to know more about the poet. Coach Skinny was an American lawyer, politician, journalist, and a poet. Now, this poem, Rain on the Roof, was actually the first poem which became so famous that everybody got to know that there's a poet named Coach Skinny. And it was written in the year 1849. And let's get to know more about the theme of the poem. The poem Rain on the Roof it highlights the healing power of rain. The sound of the raindrops has the power to revive sweet memories and to make one person nostalgic. Now nostalgic means remembering old memories. When the human shadows hover over all the starry spheres. Now here the clouds are the human shadows and they are just coming along in the sky. And the melancholy darkness gently weeps in the rainy tears. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Now, then the poet is mentioning that okay, then as soon as the clouds come over, the sunlight has been somewhat covered by it, and then darkness is there, and suddenly a gentle weep of rainy tears. That is, as soon as the rain starts, it's somewhat slow in the beginning, and then it just picks up pace. So, as soon as the water it starts dropping down in the form of rain, and then the poet says that okay, at that time it feels really nice to just lay down on the bed comfily and just putting your head on the pillow and just relaxing and listening to the teardrops. Now, teardrops of the clouds are somewhat what we call the raindrops. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and a thousand dreamy fancies into busy being start, and a thousand recollections weave their airhead threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now, see, in the first paragraph, from every tinkle to the shingles has an echo in the heart. Here, the poet basically mentions that okay, with every droplet, there is a rhythm, there is a sound to it, and it somewhat matches sometimes the heartbeat. And then we start to cook up some dreamy, fancy things, maybe scenarios in our heads. Okay, what if that might have happened? What if that movie characters came alive, or something that is not possible or possible, but we dream about it a lot. And then memories start kicking in. We start to remember old things. Okay, at that time we used to do like this in the rainy season, or we used to do like that. And the air threads here mentions that okay, just like we just weave a sweater made of wool, similarly, air threads are being used to just move in some nice scenarios. As the author, he's just relaxing and listening to the raindrops. Now in memory comes my mother as she used in years agone, to regard the darling dreamers ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Now, see, as soon as he's remembering everything and just cooking up some new stories inside his head, he actually just remembers his mother. Now, his mother might have died, and it was really, he's really missing her. And she was the person in Poet's life who actually loved him a lot, who was really fond of him a lot. And he's saying that, okay, I really miss her, and she used to just, love me a lot, and now she's not here. And these are just memories. I'm just remembering her through memories and how she looked, how wonderfully she loved me. And then the last line again, it mentions the same thing that which is played upon the shingles by the patch of the rain. Now, the rhythm of the rain, the sound of the rain, the sound of the drops falling, and hence the theme of the poem that as soon as the rain starts pouring in, we actually remember a lot of things. Now, let's get to know some of the key terms which we encountered within the poem. Tinkle means a slot and short, slight ringing sounds. Shingles mean rectangular wooden tiles used on floors. Now, as it was just pouring in on the shingles and there was a rhythm, there was a tinkle, there was some music in it. So, that was what the poet meant. Woof means a weft. Now, see, here you can see that the instrument is called a woof and it's actually utilized in making carpets or maybe small mats. And that's what someone he was saying that okay, in air threads, we are just cooking up stories in our mind. Air means an old poetic word for before. In poems, we can use a variety of different words which are not existing in the English vocabulary because the poets and the authors have actually the license to change their words according to the rhyme they want. Refrain means a repeated part of a song or a poem, and here it is the sound of the rain which we are repeating again and again. List is the old poetic word for listen. Now, see, now in actual English, we definitely say that okay, list means somewhat we make it okay, one, two, three, four. We are just writing down things in your perfect order. But in English literature, in old times, it is an old poetic word for listening. See, now he wanted to make something rhyme with T in the end. So what he did was he used list, and that actually means to listen. Now let's get to encounter some questions quickly in order to just be sure and understand what all we have learned today. Moving to the first question. What do the following phrases mean to you? Discuss in the class. Okay, let's discuss. A thousand recollections weave their air threads into woof. Now see, now here this particular sentence means that lot many memories they come together and they compile and that just like the air threads, like the threads we have in the woof. Similarly, lot of memories they are just clinging inside the mind of the poet. Humid shadows here are definitely and basically referring to clouds since they have humidity in them and they shadow the sunlight when it's about to rain. Or when in fact it is not about to rain, just a normal clear sky, we see different variety of clouds. But here since humid is mentioned, so we'll definitely say that these are the gray clouds. Starry spheres. Now starry spheres basically here means the space in the atmosphere in the sky where we can see lots of stars. Water bliss here is basically meaning that the poet was really feeling happy about it and he was feeling quite joyous. A thousand dreamy fancies into busy being start. Now here it's mentioned that a lot of dreams and lot of memories are what somewhat the poet is facing and he is remembering all of this while lazily lying on the bed. Moving forward to the next question, what does the poet like to do when it rains? So the poet he wants to just lie on the bed, put his hand and his head on the pillow, comforting him in his room in his cottage. That is what you can probably answer or can elaborate it a bit. Moving forward to the next question, what is the single major memory that comes to the poet? Who are the darling dreamers he refers to? Now here what we can answer is that the poet he has a single major memory that of his mother and he refers to darling dreamers to the kids or to the children who actually remember their mothers on rainy nights or somewhat they remember their mothers and have dreams about them. Last but not the least, is poet now a child? Is his mother still alive? Now see, we can analyze this answer very simply that in the lines of the question and in the lines of the poem, it is easily understood that the mother is no more alive and the poet is just living by her memories and remembering her ever now and then. That's all in this poem. Thank you everyone for joining in.